Good morning and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today's book review is going to be on the fifth and final book of The Demon Cycle by Peter V. Brett. This one titled The Core. Demon Cycle is a series I've really been enjoying. Definitely be sure to check out my other reviews on the previous 5 books, starting with The Warded Man. So this whole world that Peter V. Brett has created is essentially a world in which demons haunt the night, stalking humanity and devouring them, and seeking to destroy humanity and everything that they stand for. The demons only ever come out at night to stalk and hunt humanity as their prey. And there are so many different types of demons within this world. Some of the most prominent demons are mind demons and mimic demons. So these demons are probably some of the most terrifying of all. The mind demon, who has the ability to get into your mind and prey upon your darkest, most desperate fears and terrors and amplify them to control you. And the mimic demon, who has the ability to literally mimic anyone or anything. They could mimic someone from your past in an effort to deceive you and lull you into this false sense of security in order to get you into their grasp as they seek to hunt and destroy you. So this is a pretty scary concept as far as these demons and the way that they haunt and hunt humanity. And like I said, the mind of mimic demons being absolutely the most terrifying of the demons. They're the scariest because they can manipulate you more effectively than anything else. And also within this world, it's really interesting the kind of culture and societies that have been built up and created through the imagination of Peter V. Brett. Most predominantly the Crassian culture, which I find or seems to be very much influenced by Islamic culture and the way that they're described. You've got the harems, the polygamy, multiple wives. It's a big part of that. The Crassians, they worship a god named Evrim, and Allah being their name for the world in which they live. Also, they're a culture that has no tolerance for the LGBTQ plus community. They are a culture that has the death penalty, and they refer to these as push tings. And one could be killed for being that way, bringing shame to themselves and their entire family, and they're considered the dregs and lowest of society, as well as anyone who does not die fighting demons that haunt the night. They are also considered to be the worst of society, the bottom. You can't go lower than that. Only through defeating the demons and killing those that haunt humanity can you obtain honor and a place of respect in this society. They refer to their war against the demons as the Holy Jihad, and they worship God and seek for the final epic, grand, apocalyptic battle. Battle of Armageddon in Christian theology, or Sherak Ka, as it's referred to in the Crassian cultures described in this. So the parallels are there, definitely influenced by the religious culture and society of Islam. I found within this book, so really kind of interesting take on that, and definitely makes for some fantastic contrast, because the world is at war, not just with the demons, but there's the Crassians who are waging this holy jihad in an effort to dominate the world in order to bring about this final apocalyptic battle, and they believe they're the only ones that could lead humanity to a place in which their God desires. They're the only ones who can do so, and can only do so by dominating the world. And the rest of the world's saying, no, we need to fight the demons. You don't need to dominate us. But they're too busy fighting each other during the day and fighting the demons at night. So there's a lot of strife and war going on, not just in our world, but also against the demons that haunt you at night. What I find really interesting is this idea that the demons themselves only come out at night. We can almost look at this as a, symbolic meaning, in that it is through the darkest times of our lives in which the darkest demons that haunt us come out to prey upon our worst fears. The demons are only there at night, symbolically representing the darkest times of our life and our existence. And then, as the sun rises, the demons flee as the light burns them away. Just as the light that may come into our own lives helps us destroy and rid ourselves of the demons that haunt us. So essentially, throughout this book and this entire series, we got these interesting contrasting ideas. We have the idea that on one side, we need to work together, united, whole as an entire species in order to fight off those darkest elements of human nature or the demons that haunt us throughout our darkest times. While on the other, we have this extremist ideology that seeks to dominate and control all of humanity in an effort to rid the world of demons and what they believe they need to do in order to rid the world of demons through dominance, control, and manipulation. So these contrasting ideas, both ultimately stating their objectives and having the same ultimate stated goals, and how the two ideas are in complete conflict with each other, fighting back and forth, while both are trying to rid the world of our darkest demonic natures, or our darkest nature, which you could really kind of see as we read the series that perhaps these demons are meant to represent that aspect of humanity. In some ways, we almost have this religious euphoria about the slaughter of demons, ritualistic demonic slaughter in the night. And we have these rituals people are partaking of within this book series about devouring demons, taking upon us or internalizing our demons and drawing strength and power from them. That is just a really fascinating concept. The idea that we can take these demons, these things that haunt us, we can internalize them and really draw power from them and come up more powerful and stronger in the end, but at the risk that we allow those demons to completely destroy the very essence of who we are. And it's just absolutely fascinating, that conceptualized idea taking place within this entire book series, not just the core itself, but the demon cycle as a whole. This concept is through the entire series, and I just find that to be a really fascinating concept. And just to quickly read a quote from this book series that also kind of emphasizes this idea of how we create the weapons ourselves, the ideas and concepts to fight off these demons. It says, the creator did not give humans words. Humans created them out of a unified need. Alone, the symbols had no power. It was the resolve of their makers, the hope and prayers of the masses huddling behind them. That collective will drew the magic and gave it structure, and in turn, that imprinted magic fed back into the core, becoming part of the whole. So this idea that these symbols of our power, the symbols of that which we strive to achieve, the symbols which represent the fighting off of our darkest demons, alone have no power, but derive their power from our individual and collective will in an effort to fight off the struggle and ultimately win the day against these demons that haunt us. And I just absolutely love the ideas put forth in this book series, the ideas that we could draw from the story, whether that was Peter Brett's idea behind it in the first place or not, I have no idea. But what I do know is this was a fantastic book series. Absolutely love the Demon Cycle, one of the best fantasy series of books I have ever read. And I would highly recommend this to any fantasy lover, any sci-fi fantasy book lover out there. It just really is a fantastic idea. And some other points I want to quickly touch on is part of what we see in this book is when some of the characters go out and they kill the demons, they sometimes will devour the minds of the demons or the brains of the demons, and it kind of takes on their memories and experience in a sense that's kind of flows back into the idea of taking in and internalizing those things which cause these demons to be kind of internalizing the experiences that brought about these demons, and helps us to better understand these demons, better understand what caused them, how to fight them, and how to ultimately overcome them by devouring the experiences and thoughts of those demons that haunt us. And it's just an incredibly well written book series. Absolutely loved it. Most definitely would highly recommend this book series to anyone. Absolutely loved it. Great series. Absolutely fantastic. So there you have it, my review on The Core and the Demon Cycle series in general by Peter V. Brett. Just well worth read. So definitely check it out. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to stay tuned, of course. Up next will be Children of the Fleet by Orson Scott Card. This is another book in the Ender universe. Should be an interesting read. His Enderverse in general is just a good series of books. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up next. Again, thank you so much for watching. And as always, links to all my social media profiles will be in the description below. Hope you have yourself a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Drew's Book Reviews.